My BF M29 is making AI explicit photos of me without my consent. F27. The problem with them being on his phone is he most likely used a free hosted service to do it, which means there are a ton of fake nudes of you on some random server out there. Make an AI of him sucking a huge dick. So the good news is that it doesn't sound like he's cheating on you or has any plans to have anyone else in his life. You are his spank bank. The bad news is that it does seem like he's addicted to porn, as you said, and that he probably hasn't been as careful with this material as he could be with regard to how it might probably is somewhere online. Don't worry, the internet is a big place. Chances are no one you know will ever see them. They may not even be publicly available, just stuck at the bottom of some archives. Reddit isn't going to help you. Talk to your boyfriend about this, and about where your boundaries are. If you aren't comfortable talking to him just yet, you could try talking to a psychologist or a counselor about it. This isn't going to be resolved by talking to imaginary people online, for example. You're going to have to talk to the real people in your life about it. So, in case you needed to hear it from someone kinky, your confusion and unease is completely warranted. You did not give consent here. When you are in a mutual and trusting relationship with someone, you don't hide stuff like this. This is a clear violation of your boundaries. I am coming at this from a slightly different perspective than most people on this issue. My girlfriend is an artist who sometimes draws explicit images. When we got to a point in our relationship where this came up, we had a discussion about our boundaries around it. She asked a really thorough set of questions: whether I was okay with her drawing porn of me for her own use, suggestive drawings of me, suggestive drawings of herself, continuing to post suggestive art, what level of anonymity and recognizability I wanted to have in her work, whether I wanted anything that was based on me to be public, whether I wanted to see her work or not, whether I was comfortable with files existing on her computer, etc. We broke it down issue by issue and set boundaries for every scenario. I have full ability to veto the publication or continued existence of anything based on me. That's what this dynamic looks like when it is handled responsibly and with consent. Sounds like a Black Mirror episode. Your disgust is completely reasonable. I could never be with someone who did something like that. In awe of the number of people here defending the boyfriend. Sure, OP should know better than to look at her boyfriend's phone without permission, but let's not sit here and pretend he's not committing a fucking sexual offense. AI services aren't secure. They retain all generated images and add all input ones to the pile other users' results pull from. No legitimate service allows making porn either. So the guy used the sketchy ones that have even less concern for the rights of the subjects than the near zero held by even the good ones. OP looked because she was worried about something. Turns out she was absolutely right to be. If you smell rot in your neighbor's garage and kick the door in to find them hoarding dead dogs, that you had to kick the door in doesn't invalidate the discovery. Seems like he turned his porn addiction into a you addiction. I suppose he figures if he watches porn of you, that it would be somehow better. As a father with a toddler daughter, I am scared of the future she's coming into. I am sauce pray you're going through this. If my own daughter called me and said this, I would drive over no matter what the distance, help you pack and get you out. This guy is horrible. It isn't normal or acceptable. It's very disturbing. I'd ask him to delete everything. The end the relationship. He's such a creep. The AI thing is really creepy, but the thing that really ruins the relationship IMO when doing this all behind your back without your consent, the trust is gone and it will never be the same again. GG go next. For me personally, I'd never stay with someone who took advantage of me like that. I'd feel extremely violated if my partner did this to me. I could never see them the same afterwards. Not only is it fucking weird, but it harms you. The photos of you he input and the output are all stored on the internet somewhere, without your consent. This could be considered revenge porn. This is highly disturbing and disgusting. Sounds like a porn addict. His edits signal that he's not happy with your natural self, and he's also dehumanizing you. You're just an object for him to edit to pleasure him. He could also use those pictures to blackmail you in the future. Red flags, run. I was with someone for 4 years. I saw he had made these ridiculous photoshopped pics of me with dicks near my face and all this other weird shit. At first, I was like what is this? And let it go, but told him not to do that anymore. Well, it didn't end there. He sent private pics of me to random strangers. He was chatting with both men and women on KIK. He was emailing a couple about a threesome, so it probably won't end with just what you found now. I'd reconsider this relationship. It is disturbing and I'll bet it goes deeper than this. Edit. Don't ever stay in a relationship for someone's potential. You can assume someone can be changed or will ever want to change. If you don't accept them as they are right now, then they aren't for you. Also, when I broke up with my ex he promised he'd go to therapy, and change, and be different, etc, etc, etc. But he left his email logged into my computer after we broke up, and within weeks he was writing old men on some fucking not dating site saying he's like his dick sucked. So yeah, bullet dodge. This is incredibly disturbing and, frankly, one of my biggest fears regarding AI-generated images. It seems to me like this man has such an extreme porn addiction that cannot be satisfied, so he resorted to giving you a completely unrealistic body with AI. It's not healthy at all. Yeah, MC it in this on Insta reels off a bot account eventually. Up, delete the images as soon as you can and GTFO. End of the comment saying that this means he adores her. Are you serious? Is the bar in hell? This guy is completely obsessed and it is extremely creepy. Obsession can seem endearing in the early stages until the dynamic shifts and suddenly things can get really dangerous. I am speaking from experience here. Guys who get obsessed with you are not in love with you. Obsession is not love. You deserve to feel safe and seen for you and your own beauty, not replaced by some AI version of you that doesn't require consent or respect. Please be safe and protect yourself. There are tons of other guys who would never do something like this. It's super weird. Sending you love and hope you take care of yourself. Well, the silver lining is he's probably not cheating. The bad part is he's doing things in a sneaky, disrespectful manner. Personally, if my wife did it, I wouldn't be offended more, so upset it was done without my consent. But flattered that she thought of me that way. Role reversal thing. But it's not acceptable. I'm genuinely in shock at the audacity of some of these comments. This is a sexual offense. You are absolutely right to be uncomfortable and upset. First things first, I'd confront him assertively and just go from there. If he isn't willing to stop making the pictures, he isn't right for you. No matter how much you love him or how much he loves you, he's taking advantage of you and using you explicitly without consent. And that's objectively sick and disgusting. Sounds like he needs to be an ex-boyfriend. Yikes.